All right, this was a request by a friend to show the full process of setting up your Elgato card. This is new for me, so let's just go through it together. All right, so clearly we need to download some software, so we're going to go over here and go to Chrome, and as you see I've already got a new tab up. We're just going to go ahead and type in Elgato. And as you can see, the website's right here, elgato.com, but we're going to go from square one. So let's go ahead and go to the Google search. As you can see, the first one that popped up for me is the Elgato website. It might be different from you, but I would hope that Elgato is paying Google for some advertising and that they'll be listed as #1. But if you want to skip ahead, you can clearly go to this second link right here. This is Gaming Downloads, and that's going to be most likely the link that you need to download the software. But again, let's go from square one. We're going to go to elgato.com. All right. Unfortunately, since I'm in Japan, it preloads the Japanese site, so I'm just going to delete JA, and it will all automatically load up the EN or English version of the site. If you see down here, we got downloads. Just ignore all this nonsense right here. Click downloads. And we need to scroll down a little bit, select your product. For audio, we've got the Wave 1 and Wave 3. I believe those are their mics that are super expensive, but I'm sure they're good, but I'm not there yet. If we look down here, we got our capture. This is what we're looking for today, the capture cards. We got HD60, HD60 S. I'm rolling with the HD60 S Plus, so I'm going to select that from the box. My operating system is Windows, so I don't need to change anything. They've got Mac under the drop-down. Doesn't look like they have any type of Linux support or anything like that, which is a shame for anyone using Linux, but I digress. But just scroll down. For me, they've got the 4K capture utility, which is compatible with the 60S, 60S Plus, etc. I'm going to go with this one. It can be a little confusing. For example, if you happen to choose the 60S, boom, we've got two separate utilities here that I accidentally stumbled upon earlier. So I'm not for certain which one you need. I don't know if they're the same thing and the 4K is just the more advanced updated version. So I'm just going to take a wild stab in the dark and say that's the case. Maybe this version doesn't do any 4K capture, which I'm guessing is probably the case because some of these capture cards aren't that advanced. So there's really no need to have the 4K capture if you can't capture it. And it might be a more strenuous option for your computer. If you're not capturing 4K in the first place, I would definitely choose the easier to run option. But again, I am speaking blindly here. I don't know if that's the case, but that's my assumption. I could be wrong. If I am wrong, please correct me in the comment section. You never know. This one, the 4K capture utility, might be more streamlined and maybe have a lot more bug fixes. I don't know. But if you know, please enlighten us in the comment section. But we're going to go ahead and go to 60S Plus. That's what I got. And naturally, we're just going to click the download arrow. And I'm just going to save it into the downloads. I don't know what that is. Never mind the man behind the curtain. Thanks for downloading 4K Capture Utility. Don't forget to follow us on social media. Yeah, I have no incentive to follow you, other than to get updates, but Yeah, no thanks, but I appreciate the offer. As you can see, this utility is 54.2 megabytes. So just, I guess, keep that in mind. It's not huge. And let's fast forward. Alrighty, it looks like it's downloaded. So just the easy route, I'm going to click right here. You can also, of course, go to your downloads folder, double click it there, no problem at all. But I'm just going to take the easy route. Go ahead and minimize this so that you can see what the installer looks like. Welcome to the 4K Capture Utility Setup Wizard. The Setup Wizard will install 4K Capture Utility on your computer. Click Next to continue or cancel to exit the Setup Wizard. Next. Yeah, I'm not going to read this. I accept the terms. Help to improve 4K capture utility by sharing anonymous usage. No, I don't trust y'all with my data. I would recommend unchecking that. Usually these people, we have no idea what usage data they're collecting. I guess we could read the El Gato privacy policy, but I'm not interested. You make money from your capture cards. I'm not going to give you free money from my data. But if you want, you can pay me. We got the destination folder. I'm not going to worry about changing that. Install. Yes, install. Let's go. We're probably going to get a little pop-up from Windows saying, "Are you sure?" Let's check to see if there's any flashing. Nope. Nothing. So yeah. How about them riots, you know? Which side you rooting for? Are you rooting for the home team or the away team? What is going on here? Is it up here? Is that where? Here we go. Gosh, about time. Do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Yes. That's how you install it. Yes. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate the security features, but sometimes it's really obnoxious to have to constantly confirm software being installed. It'd be nice if they made some sort of verified list for Windows, but I guess that could be exploited. Completed the 4K Capture Utility Setup Wizard. Alright, we'll click Finish. Alright, excuse the crazy cables. The HDMI cables are obnoxiously long for this situation, but you know, when I'm not using it, they'll obviously be tucked away, but for demonstration purposes, excuse the mess. So for today, I'm going to be demonstrating on my Dreamcast. I've got the typical composite cable
adapter for the Dreamcast. And so what I'm doing is I'm running the Dreamcast into a special line doubling device called the RetroTink. The RetroTink is an awesome little device. It's really good for classic consoles. You know, they weren't designed to be output to these giant, beautiful high-def televisions. And so some awesome geniuses decided to create a line doubling device that doubles the lines so it looks better on a big TV. And I recommend getting something like this. This is actually relatively cheap compared to a lot of the other super expensive options. Clearly it's not the best option. I mean, if you got that money to throw around, get yourself a Framemeister or something like that. But this will definitely do for what I need. It's about $160, so, but other options are astronomical. As you can see, I've got the composite cables plugged in already. This RetroTink, that's RetroTink, if you want to search one up. I believe it's in America. They've got the component cables and the composite, and they've got an S-video port. So it pretty much covers all the bases. I guess this is just a niche request, but I would love to see a D-terminal connection on here. RetroTink, please give me a D-terminal. But so I've got the composite, and it's outputting HDMI, which is beautiful because a lot of these TVs nowadays are only HDMI. So anyone who is a retro gamer is going to be really up a creek if you buy a brand new TV. I was shocked. I felt so old when we got our new TV and there was nothing but HDMI on the back. So, yeah. But this is an older TV. It's our older TV, so it's got a lot of great connections on the back, but our brand new TV, HDMI only. So this is a good option for going from things like composite and component to HDMI. So notice there's no lights. It doesn't show any signs of life just yet. But if you look on the front here by the HDMI port, there's a little tiny power port right there. And the best option that you can do for cable management is if your TV has a USB port built into the TV, you can deliver power to this device through that port. Thanks, Steve, for that advice. You can also use an outlet if your setup is best that way. But we're just going to plug the power into this so it lights up like the 4th of July. But at least it signals that we've got power. That's beautiful. Notice that it's displaying the traditional bars on the TV. So that's good. This thing also auto-detects the best output for the device. So when I power on this Dreamcast, it will determine the best signal to output. I believe for Dreamcast it's 480p, I think, but I forget. So forgive me. If you know, leave a comment in the comment section, enlighten me. But I went ahead and powered on the rocket ship, and you can see clearly on the TV that it is outputting. So then what you want to do is you want to take this HDMI cable and you want to plug that into your El Gato. So this is dummy proof. If you look on the card, it will say in, and that is where you want to connect this HDMI cable. It is the input for the signal. Next to the input, you will see a USB Type-C adapter, and that's going to be the data transfer cable. That actually is sending the data to your computer so that you can capture it. So the HDMI is only sending signal, and I guess in this instance receiving it and then sending it through the top. As you can see, I've got a USB cable already plugged into the output. It says out on it, so it's idiot proof. and I've already ran that and connected it to the TV. So all that's set up, and as you can see, the Type-C adapter is already plugged into a USB 3.0. You really want a USB 3.0 to capture these signals. I'm not sure how well this will work with a 2.0. Be my guest, let me know in the comments section. And so at this point, you're ready to open the software, the 4K capture utility. So let's go ahead and open it. I'm just going to double click it. And there you have it. It is receiving the signal from the capture card. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the software itself.
Alright, let's go ahead and plug this bad boy in. Alright, the RetroTink is lighting up. It is sending a signal to the capture card. The capture card lit up. My TV is displaying the game footage, but for some reason this capture card's not displaying anything still. Let's go ahead and try something. Close. Open again. Okay, so it's gonna take a longer time to close apparently. Let's try opening it again. Tell me it's running one more time. Oh my gosh. Alright. Task Manager. Okay, let's end the 4K capture crap. Okay. Open it again. Here we go. Now it's working. Isn't that something? Alright. So it seems to be working just fine. If we look down here, it remembers your settings, which is wonderful. So instead of blasting out your videos or your watchers, you can mute the sound, especially if perhaps you're doing a lot of grinding and you just want to like talk to your streamers or your guests, I guess. You can mute that out and just have a conversation, or if you wanted to play some music or whatever, if the music is repetitive or garbage, you can mute it out. Let's go ahead and turn it on and give you a little peek. Soul Calibur 1. I wonder if there it is. There it is. Alright, let's go ahead and mute that again. And there you have it. Notice the timer, the timestamp is still moving, showing how long it's been capturing. It's not capturing a video though. You have to click right here on this red recording icon. As you can see, a pop-up comes up, start or stop. When you click on this icon, it will start flashing a brighter red, which is indicating that it is live and recording. So that's wonderful. Yep, that's about it. It looks like you have a pause ability if you need to pause the video for some reason. And you can, of course, it's on capture now. If you want, you can click library. You can see the various videos that you've captured. It also happens to include other videos that are in the folder that it did not capture, which I think is a bit strange, but I don't know. I don't know if there's a purpose for that or not, but as you can see at the top, it looks like it determined that 480p is the best signal, at least the RetroTink did, to output.
Alright, and there you have it. Just some final thoughts. I did run into some problems with initial setup. So here's some of my advice just to troubleshoot at the beginning. I originally had tried to install the software and then plug the card in after initially running the software. And the software states that there's no capture card detected, even if the USB is plugged in. And so I was trying to troubleshoot that problem. I was clicking the preferences gear, and it was repeatedly causing the software to freeze indefinitely. So I was having to force quit the application. My advice is if you're having those types of problems, turn on your system first, have the signal going already to the capture card, and turn on your TV if your TV is not turned on. And then open your software, and it should immediately have a picture of your capture on the screen already. If you've already opened it and your system's not on, just then go ahead and turn it on, turn on the TV, and it should then detect it and turn it on. But if you want no problems right off the bat, have everything up and running, have all the systems on, and that should solve the problem. But if you have any extra problems, or if I experience some problems in the future, I will try to make some update videos if I'm able to find a solution. Alright, and as always, love, peace, and Afro Grease. And I'm out.